I think this is gonna work. We have some aerial silks hanging up on the sides, but I don't think it's too much of a distraction. It was super fun to play with. I think after this quarantine situation is over, we're gonna have some aerial silk workshops, and I'm gonna be in amazingly good shape from playing with silks. So big thanks to my friend Liz, Aerial Liz, and I just had fun in the silks, but now I'm gonna do some of what I would normally do on Friday evening, just so that we can follow along and keep with our commitment to ourselves and our yoga practice. So let's start just by pulling away any extra flesh from the tailbone area, grounding down through your base, pulling up through your center, pulling up through the spine and out through the crown of the head, relaxing the shoulders down, relaxing the eyelids. Close the eyes, tune your attention inward, and connect with the breath. Take at least 3 full, slow, deep breaths. From here, keep your spine straight, tuck your chin towards your chest. Breathe deeply. On an inhale, lift your head back up to center. Exhale your right ear towards your right shoulder. Keep breathing. Bring the ear to the shoulder, not the shoulder to the ear. Bringing your head back up to center. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhaling, head to center. Exhale, left ear to the left shoulder. Inhale your head back up to center. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale the head to center. Reach your chin towards your right shoulder as if you're looking over the shoulder at the wall behind you. Bring your head back to center. Chin to chest. Inhale, head to center. Chin to the left shoulder as if you're looking over the left shoulder at the wall behind you. Inhale, head back to center. And then do a little bit of head rolls. Nice and slow. Not pushing it too far, especially when you bring the head back. You don't want to crunch the neck. Go the other direction. Back to center. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. Exhale, release them down. Do that 2 more times. Press your palms together in front of your heart. And right here, this is a time to take a moment of stillness. Check in with your body, scanning through piece by piece, noticing what you're feeling in your body. Maybe there's an ache that you'd like to set a goal or intention for that to feel better at the end of today's class. Or maybe there's something on your mind or in your heart that keeps reoccurring and distracting you. Then use this time now before your practice to set a dedication or an intention for whatever it is that seems to be grabbing for your attention. And then through the movements of your body and the energy that you generate with your practice, you send energy to your goals, intentions, and dedications, and manifest the experience that you want from life. So I actually have a specific dedication for another person. I received some energy work, some distance healing from a friend, and I said in return I would like to offer my yoga dedication to something that you would like, and you know who you are, and I'm setting that intention right now. All right, and then from here, press your hands up overhead, open the eyes to look up at the high prayer, squeeze the belly, open across the heart, twist to your right, bring your hands down by your side. Your left hand could be on your right knee, your right hand on the floor behind you, pushing into the floor to help you lift through the spine and open into the twist. Inhale, hands back up overhead. Exhale, twist to the other side. Right hand to the left knee, left hand to the floor, pushing into the floor to help you lift through the spine and twist. Breathe. Inhale your hands back up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips, folding forward with a straight spine, and trying to maintain a connection from your hips and your tailbone down into your mat or your floor. And sometimes I like to push back up, pull through the bandhas, straighten through the spine, and then keep the spine even straighter the second time that I fold forward. Coming back to center, place your hands on your legs and round your spine towards the wall behind you, tucking the chin towards the chest, squeezing the belly button in, and then bring the heart forward, bring the eyes up, squeezing the pelvic floor in and up, relaxing the shoulders. 2 more times. Exhale, reaching towards the wall behind you with your spine. Inhale, opening the chest and the heart towards the wall in front of you and the ceiling. 1 more time. Exhale into the compressed. Inhale into the expansion. Excellent. I'm going to turn around so you can see me because I have one more stretch through the neck and shoulder area that I want you to see what I do with my hands. So my left hand is going to come out to the side, and then I'm going to bend the elbow and bring the back side of the left hand over to the right hip. I might even use my right hand to pull on the left wrist to bring that deeper. So I'm really opening up in this shoulder area here. And then I'm going to amplify that by dipping my right ear towards my right shoulder. So now I've created this crescent moon shape from my fingertips through my arm, elbow, shoulder, neck, and out through the crown of the head. And breathe. And then come back to center, take a nice breath in between. Maybe notice the difference from one side to the other. Feeling the blood flow, feeling the prana energy flowing. And then bring your right hand out to the side, reaching behind you and over to the opposite hip. Left hand can help to pull the right wrist towards the left hip. Dip the left ear towards the left shoulder. Breathe. and then release. Okay, so I'm gonna check in on the comments real quick. Excuse me, I don't have a cameraman. Oh, he's watching though. Hey, what's up, boo? So if you have any requests, feel free to send them over. I'm gonna do my little Ami flow that I typically do because I have a number of yogis who've been doing the same flow with me for a while, and really it could translate to a home practice for them right now because it's in their muscle memory. And I would love to support them in transitioning to a home practice, but gosh, come back when this is all over. And then after that I have one request that I'm going to address and maybe a few health tips. So thanks for tuning in. Hey. Alright, so let's come on over to our hands and knees. And for starters, we actually just did this from a seated posture, so now let's do it from hands and knees, where we arch through the spine, flexing and extending the spine, because it's going to have a different impact now that your hips aren't stabilized and grounded against the floor. You're going to have more freedom in the hips because now the hands and the knees are your stability and your base. So scoop the hips forward, squeeze the belly, round up through the spine. Let the head hang, the crown of the head hanging towards the floor. And then bring the crown of the head forward and up. Let your chest and your belly dip down towards the floor a little bit and tilt your tailbone towards the ceiling. 2 more times. Exhale, flexing and scooping up through the front of the body, rounding through the back of the body, breathing deeply into the back of the lungs, and then bring the crown of the head forward and up, rolling through the whole spine, arching in the other direction, extending in the spine. 1 more time. And then come back to center. Your hands can be a little bit out in front of where your shoulders are, and your knees can be a little bit behind where your hips are because you're about to lift up to downward facing dog. In down dog, you want to squeeze the belly and keep that engaged. The inner thighs are engaged. The shoulder blades are not pinching together. They're spreading wide apart from one another, but also the chest is pushing towards the toes without collapsing the shoulder blades. Let the neck be relaxed. And then from here, we're going to just measure how our down dog is lining up, because I should, from my down dog, be able to roll out to a proper plank pose when my hands are below my shoulders. From there, bending the elbows, lowering down chaturanga, and then inhale up to cobra or up dog, and then exhale back up downward facing dog. And you notice how my feet and my hands did not have to move. Rolling out to plank, lowering down chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. I just rolled my toes, and then I roll back, downward facing dog. We won't do too many of those. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Exhale, folding forward, slight bend in the knees. And then slowly rolling up to standing, 1 vertebra at a time. All right. Inhale, arms out and up. You know what? No, we got to choose a different angle. Craig's watching and he's going to talk to me about my camera angles. Okay, maybe here. Grounding down through the feet, pulling up through your center, tuck the tummy and tail in, lift through the heart, relax the shoulders down, lift through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms out and up, press palms together. Interlace all but index fingers and hinge over to one side. Breathe deeply. Lifting back up through center and over to the other side. Lift back up to center. Draw the prayer through the center of the body, folding forward. Inhale, rolling up through the spine and stopping halfway. And then exhale, roll back down. Bend your knees, bring your fingertips down, step your left leg back. Opening in the heart, and let's lunge forward and back a few times. And then place your left knee down. Find your foundation between your left knee and your right foot. Squeeze the pelvic floor, roll up through the spine, roll up through the arms, lifting the heart up to that space between the hands. If it feels safe for you to practice back bend, press the palms together, shift the hips slightly forward, lift the heart up, let the eyes follow the fingertips as they reach back. Coming back up to center, draw the prayer down to your heart. Press the left palm down, extend the right arm up, looking up at the right thumb, grounding down through the left hand, pulling the ground energy, the earth energy, across your wingspan and beaming out through your right fingertips. Bring the right hand down to the inside of the right foot. Swing your left leg over to the right side of the mat. Push the shoulder and the knee together on the right side to give you a little bit of stability to lift your left arm up. Looking up at the left thumb, breathe deeply. And then maybe we'll roll through the shoulder here, just drawing a big circle, exploring the range of motion, going both directions. And then bring your left hand back to the floor, bring your left foot back to center, bring your right knee back. Sit your hips to your heels into child's pose, rest your forehead on the floor. Breathe. From here, keep your chin and chest low as you push forward to knees, chest, chin. On an inhale, lift the heart up and release the hips down. Do not poke your chin forward and crank your neck. Keep your chin tucked, open through the heart and the chest. Push down through the tops of the feet and the hips. Lift back up to hands and knees, and then downward facing dog. Digging your toes down, lifting the knees up, sending the hips up and back, pressing the heart towards the toes. Don't collapse in the shoulder blades. Keep them spread wide. Step your right foot over next to your left foot so that it's in the center of the mat along the back edge. Lift the left leg up towards the ceiling, pointing the toes towards the ceiling at first, and then bend the left knee, pointing the knee towards the ceiling. Breathe deeply, opening in the hips, getting a good inversion here. And then you're gonna sweep your knee up towards your nose and plant the foot near the fingers. Pause here. And then step your right foot up to meet your left. Fold forward. Extend your arms out to the side. With a straight spine and strong abs, lift back up to standing. Bring your hands to a high prayer and down to your heart, bringing that energy back to your center, bringing that energy back to your dedications, bringing that energy back to your intentions, your goals, your dreams, your visions. Release your arms by your side. Same thing to the other side. Inhale, arms out and up, press palms together. Interlace all the index fingers. Keep your shoulders in their sockets. Let's hinge to the other side first this time. It's probably your left side. Squeezing the belly, grounding down through the feet, lifting through the rib cage on both sides of the body. Come back through center. Hinge over to the other side. Come back through center. Draw the prayer through the center of the body, folding forward. Rolling up halfway, squeezing from the belly, through each vertebra of the spine, and out through the crown of the head, only lifting halfway, and then exhale, tilting the tailbone, rolling the belly back onto the thighs, chest reaching towards the knees, crown of the head reaching towards the floor. Bring your fingertips down or your hands, step your right leg back. Lunge forward and back a few times. Really feeling the lunge pump the blood and the energy through the ankles, the calves, the thighs, the hip joints. You might be feeling it in your chest and shoulders, between the shoulder blades. Plant the right knee down to the mat or floor. Find your foundation between the right knee and the left foot. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your pelvic floor. Roll up through the spine and up through the arms, lifting the heart towards that space between the hands. Relax the shoulders in their sockets. If it feels safe and well, press your palms together. Shift the hips slightly forward. Lift the chest and let the eyes follow as your prayer fingers reach towards the wall behind you. Coming back up to center, draw the prayer down to your heart. Bring your right hand down, extend your left arm up, looking up at the left thumb, squeezing the belly so that you can go a little bit deeper into the twist. I don't know if you saw that. I was here and I was like, ooh, let me squeeze my belly. And all of a sudden, my rib cage was above my thigh. Bring your left hand down to the inside of the left foot. Swing your right foot over to the left side of the mat. Push the shoulder and the knee together. Extend the right arm up. And let's draw some circles. Just reaching through the range of motion for the right shoulder. Go both directions. And then bring the right hand to the floor. Right foot back behind you. Left knee meets the right. Child's pose. This is everyone's favorite. So just hang out here for 3 deep breaths. Keep your chin and chest low. Push forward and pause, knees, chest, chin. Imagine that somebody has a string on your heart and they're pulling it forward and up. Let that motion roll through the rest of your body. Lift back up to hands and knees. Grounding down through palms, digging the toes into the mat. Downward facing dog. Breathe deeply. Step your left foot over so it's in the center of the mat along the back edge. Point the right toe towards the ceiling and then point the right knee towards the ceiling, opening in the hips, enjoying the inversion. Breathe deeply. And then swing your right knee up towards your nose and plant your right foot somewhere near your fingers. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Fold forward. Extend the arms out to the side. Lift up to standing. Hands to a high prayer and down to your heart. Release your hands by your side. So now I'm going to angle differently. And we're going to play with a little bit more inversion stuff, shoulder stand and fish pose. So for this, you're going to lay down, and we're going to go into plow pose first. So I'm going to lay down, and my legs and my hips are going to come up, and then my toes are going to go to the floor above my head. You'll see, and if nothing else, just laugh. But then we're going to hold our hands on our lower back and lift the legs straight up towards the ceiling. So what you're going to see is my head here and my back here, and then my back starts to lift and my hips are here and my hands are pressing into the hips to support me, and then my legs are going up. My legs are supposed to be straight up and down. They're probably going to be over here more, but I'm going to be strengthening my abs by trying to work them into this position where they're straight up and down. And I might be shaking while I do it, especially if I try to talk. Maybe I'm not going to talk because I'm talking now. But, you know, you can watch it and then practice at home, and maybe we can check in and do this one again next week and see if we've made any progress, because now we can totally measure it with the camera rolling. This is crazy. Okay, so go ahead and lay down. Feels good. Let's bring the feet up towards the hips. And for starters, I'm just going to massage my hips a little bit. I'm going to make fists, and I'm going to bring my knees over to one side and tuck a fist underneath the hips and do the same on the other side. And I'm just going to rock my knees back and forth and move my fists around, and it's like I'm massaging my hips and my lower back while stretching. It's pretty epic. I do this just about every day. Okay, bring the knees back to center. Press the arms firmly into the mat. Let's start by making sure that your chin is not lifted towards the ceiling. It's tucking towards your chest, but then the back of your head is resting on the mat. Pressing down with the arms, you're going to pull the knees up and then straighten the legs to bring the feet up to the floor behind you, above you, I don't know, above your head. And then from here, I'm going to bend the elbows so that I can push my hands into my lower back. And then, either with my legs together or scissoring the legs, doing one at a time, I'm going to do everything within my ability to get my spine nice and straight from the ground, through the hips and legs, and out through the toes. And then from here, you can even press the feet together, butterfly the knees apart, and then twist. Okay, maybe you shouldn't do that at home. Back to plow pose. One more time, I'm going to lift up. And then I'm going to slowly roll down. Take a breath. And then I'm going to bend my knees, bring my feet up near my hips. Now for this one, I am going to lift my chin. This is a rare occasion. I hardly ever do that. I'm constantly tucking my chin. So I'm going to lift my chin up, and then I'm going to put my hands underneath of my hips, and my arms are pressing firmly into the mat, and then I'm going to straighten my legs and lift the chest up, pinching the shoulder blades towards one another, sliding the shoulder blades towards one another in the back of the body, opening in the chest and the heart, across the front of the shoulders. You can even lift the head up again to open more in the throat chakra. Breathe deeply, pointing the toes away. And then slowly rolling back down. Releasing the hands from underneath the hips. Hug the knees in towards the heart. Rock gently from side to side. Come back to center. Press your feet into the floor. Bring the outside of your right ankle to the space just above your left knee. Press your arms into the floor. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Breathe deeply. lowering back down one vertebra at a time, squeezing the belly as you roll the hips down, and then hug the left knee in towards the left shoulder. I've reached between the legs with the right hand to help grab the back side of the left leg. And then place the left foot back down to the floor. Keep the bind of the right ankle to the left knee. Extend your arms out to the side, shift both knees to the right, and look over towards your left thumb. Shift both knees to the other side, over towards the left. Looking at your right thumb, you can use your left hand to add a little bit of weight onto the outside of the right knee. Breathe deeply. Bring your body back to center. Place your right foot to the floor. Place the outside of your left ankle to the space just above your right knee. Press the arms down into the mat, flatten the neck, lift the hips up. Breathe. Slowly lower back down, squeezing the abs to support you as you release the hips to the floor. And then hug the right knee in, reaching the left hand between the legs to grab the back side of the right leg. Relaxing into this pretzel with each breath. Bring the right foot back to the floor, extend the arms out to the sides, shift both knees to the left, look over at the right thumb, breathe deeply. Shift both knees to the right, look over towards the left thumb. You may use your right hand to apply some weight to the outside of the left knee. Breathing deeply into the twist. Body back to center. Bring your left foot to the floor. Let's butterfly the knees out to the sides. Press the arms up overhead. Take a few deep breaths. Bring your arms back down by your sides. Bring the knees together, spread the feet apart. Pinching the knees together, then you can dip one knee at a time towards the floor. Alternating sides. Rolling through that hip joint. Respect what your body has to say about this. Honor your limitations. And if there's another stretch or movement that you're still craving, then do that now. It could just be a freestyle kind of movement, whatever your body might still be asking for. And then we'll take a little bit of meditation, potentially, as long as there's no requests, which I'm totally open to. Hi guys, thanks for watching. Okay, so let's do a little meditation. Get into a comfortable position. You could be laying down, you could be sitting, whatever works best for you. Tune all of your attention into the breath. Following the breath as it enters the body through the nose, traveling down the back of the throat and filling into the lungs. The oxygen and the prana that you have breathed in now is pumped through your heart into every cell of your body. Feeling the expansion of each inhale. Surrendering into the release of each exhale. Appreciating that balance of inhale and exhale. Use your breath as a tool to focus all of your attention. And remember that each exhale is an opportunity to let go, relaxing and releasing. With your next inhale, thinking about the muscles of your face, unclench the jaw, relax the eyebrows, release through the sinuses, allow the tongue to be relaxed in the mouth, allow the eyeballs to be relaxed in the sockets. Imagine that any thoughts in the mind can simply melt into the mat beneath you, letting go with each exhale, relaxing and releasing. Releasing through the crown of the head, relaxing down the back of the head, the sides of the head, into the base of the skull, releasing from the base of the skull down the back of the neck and through the throat. Releasing out into the tops of the shoulders, wrapping around fronts, sides, and backs of the shoulders. Shifting your attention from the shoulders down the upper arms into the elbows. Releasing through the forearms into the wrists. Relaxing out into the palms of the hands and letting go through each fingertip. Feeling the expansion of the breath into the chest. Breathing into the lungs push out into the muscles of the chest and the upper back. Breathing deeply, feeling the rib cage pulled gently open. Breathing all the way down into the belly, the lower back, and the pelvic floor. Expanding with each inhale. Relaxing and releasing with each exhale. Imagining that any remaining tension can simply melt from your tailbone down into the floor beneath you. Letting go with each exhale. Relaxing, releasing. Releasing through the hips, wrapping around fronts, sides, and backs of the hips. Relaxing down into the upper legs, fronts, sides, and backs of the thighs. Relaxing all parts of both knees. Releasing down through shins and calves into the ankles. Releasing out through tops and bottoms of the feet. Letting go through each toe. If your mind has wandered, that's okay, just follow it. Removing any personal attachment to the thoughts that flow through the mind. Witnessing the thoughts the way that you witness clouds flowing through the sky. There's a thought that persists, then perhaps there's some gratitude, a lesson, or some dedication work to be done there. But please remember that you can always release any thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you with each exhale. Letting go of fear, letting go of hate, letting go of judgment. Releasing them from the body as you release the breath from the body. Letting go. Remembering each exhale is an opportunity to let go of that which does not serve you. And then clearing space to tune your attention into what you're hoping to create. Guiding your attention back to the breath. Appreciating the balance of inhale and exhale. Inviting your body back into subtle movements, wiggling fingers and toes. Gently rock your head from side to side. You're laying down and roll over onto one side of your body before you curl up into a fetal pose. Pausing there for a breath before pushing yourself up to a comfortable seat. I have this chant that I sing, and I even kind of sing it in my own little special kind of way, Miami way, but I don't often read what the translation is to my regular yoga students, so I'm going to read the translation first and then I'll chant it. I offer myself to the light, the auspicious one, who is the true teacher within and without, who assumes the forms of reality, consciousness, and bliss, who is never absent and is full of peace, independent in existence, the vital essence of illumination. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaya Prapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namaste.